Well, take a look then at Tesla, Pete, a stock that is not ripping, or unless we are short it, and then we're saying, oh, it's ripping to the downside because, Donald Trump and Elon Musk have famously had a great friendship, and then they've kind of gone their separate ways, came back. Now they're going their separate ways again, I guess. And Pete, shares are down almost 7%. But one of the things that I thought you and I could focus on is we've got Dave Portnoy, the Barstool El Presidente. And he is a guy that puts his money where his mouth is, whether it's Michigan football, whether it's, the Philadelphia Eagles, whatever. He's going to drop a big number, and he has. He's allegedly, Pete, putting $10 million down on a bounce out of Tesla because it sold off pretty hard. Again, 7%. That's a big drop. You're picking it up $21 cheaper than where it was last week. And it was a little bit rough last week. Mm-hmm. So I think he's not wrong, Pete, to play this. But as you and I would say, it's not an option to just trade stock, Dave. Mm-hmm. So real quick, I'll lay it out like this. Instead of buying $10 million worth of stock, what if he bought under $500,000 in options? He could buy the 295 calls in August and sell against those 1-to-1. He could sell the 335s. So 295, 335, it's a 40-point spread. He pays $13. That's $1,300 per option, per spread, $1,300. Now, the nice thing here is, Pete, that he's got a lot less risk because it's $429,000 worth of option premium. He'd have to buy about 330 of these because 33,000 shares, that simulates a $10 million position as of today. And Dave, I'm telling you, you'd like it a lot more because you'd make nearly $800,000 on the trade, and you didn't have to risk 10 million to do it. You only had to risk 429,000. That's the power of options, right, Pete?
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's something that a guy like Dave, who is obviously, been rising higher and higher in terms of his knowledge of the stock markets, he's done a really great job with this whole thing. And it all started way back when during COVID, right? I mean, that's when things really started to kick off for him. And he's done a magnificent job and continues to do a great job with what he's doing. When he's not going out and testing out pizza somewhere, he's still back in the stock market or whatever.
Just one slice, just one bite.
Just one bite. But, by the way, going back to the American Party thing, you and I were kind of kicking this around, and I'm curious why we even want to, introduce another group. We've got the two, you got the Democrats, you got the Republicans, and then all of a sudden, and of course we got independents, but now all of a sudden we have an American Party. I'm not really sure. I think that Elon, if I'm Elon, I'm going to be focused far more on how frustrated I probably am with the president, but trying to figure out different ways where I'm going to be able to execute properly because of those cuts with those EV subsidies that they'd had. And that's really a big part of why there's such this, butting of heads right now going on with Trump and with Elon, which is, it's too bad. They did seem like they had a pretty good relationship, right? I mean, between Elon and his son being in the Oval Office, it seemed like that was like a daily event for those guys. But it's interesting. I do like the Dave Portnoy trade. I think that's a very smart trade, would be to take a look at what those options would give you and provide for you and put you in a pretty interesting position. So I really like that a lot, John. I think that makes a lot of sense. And maybe maybe that's where his next foot steps is over into the options world. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, Dave, if you want to come on board, or if you want us to help you out with some trades like this, I know you're a real trader. I have no doubt. Yeah. I mean, the guy puts his money where his mouth is.